Hello, everybody. David Shuster here. The latest Trump betrayal of the public trust is going to hurt America's neediest and hungriest. Here's the news.
An important change is coming from the Trump administration. The Department of Agriculture is ending a decades-long effort to track food insecurity across the country. The Household Food Security Report is what it's called, and it provides yearly data on the lack of access to adequate nutrition for low-income Americans. It's been used by federal, state, and local officials to help set policy on food assistance programs.
That's right. The Trump administration has abruptly canceled the USDA's long-running annual food insecurity survey. Just like that, you can no longer count how many people go hungry. For 30 years, the USDA's Household Food Security Report has offered a sobering, data-driven look at who's struggling to put food on the table. It's not cloak and dagger intel, it's bread and milk stuff.
The latest report found 18 million households were food insecure back in 2023, and that is up from 17 million back in 2022.
Indeed, the numbers are getting worse. But the Trump administration now claims the survey has become overly politicized and insists there is better data elsewhere.
The USDA released a statement saying, in part, these redundant, costly, politicized, and extraneous studies do nothing more than fearmonger.
And that's a convenient dodge. It's like saying your thermometer is broken when it shows you have a fever. Let me state the obvious. You don't cancel the measuring stick when you don't like what it shows. You improve it. You defend objectivity. You don't throw it away. Staff at the U.S. Department of Agriculture say that the Food Insecurity Survey has always been nonpartisan. Here's former USDA economist Craig Gunderson.
No, these were nonpartisan. They've been widely used to examine questions that have been posed regarding the efficacy of right-leaning policies and left-leaning policies, and by no means was it ever a partisan tool. In fact, it's become the leading indicator of well-being for vulnerable Americans and incredibly important to our bipartisan efforts to alleviate food insecurity in the United States.
But there is clearly a political convenience to the Trump administration throwing away this data now. Food insecurity is rising, and the latest Trump tax and spending bill cut Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, benefits.
Because of this study and other uses of these food insecurity questions, as we've been able to demonstrate that SNAP is arguably the most effective government program we have, sets out to alleviate food insecurity, and study after study after study has shown that it does, including the data that's collected by USDA through the survey. My concern is that as we make future changes to SNAP in various directions, is without this data, we're not going to be able to say, is this working? Is this not working? We really, really need this data to be effective stewards of taxpayers' money.
But the Trump team only seems to want to be stewards of far-right propaganda. Essentially, the Trump administration is demanding we all turn a blind eye when things are getting worse. That is not governance. It is public relations of the most dangerous and cruel kind. In fact, when you look closer at the Trump Agriculture Department justification for ending this report, you see that their defense is boilerplate. The annual report, they say, is rife with inaccuracies, wrong metrics, zero accountability, and a massive driver for bigger and larger government programs. Translation? It shows people in trouble, and we don't want trouble to show. If you say a tool is bad because its conclusions make you look bad, the real fix isn't to break the tool, it's to clean up your policies. Let me note this plainly. A president who puts politics ahead of empirical data is a president who picks appearances over accountability. And that's a dangerous game, especially when it comes to people who are hungry. Think of the families, the single mothers, the seniors on fixed incomes, the working Americans one medical bill away from skipping a meal. Without data, their plight becomes invisible. Once they're invisible, programs can be trimmed, reforms bypassed, suffering ignored. If the Trump White House truly believes the food insecurity report is flawed, the Trumpsters should show us the specific flaws. Propose better methods, provide alternatives, improve the survey, don't cancel it. Unfortunately, as we've seen repeatedly, truth is a poor bedfellow to demagogues, including those in the Trump administration. They find fiction far more accommodating. So starting next year, when it comes to counting the neediest people in our nation, we will have to rely on anecdotes, guesswork, and the whistling silence of a Trump government that has decided hunger is too impolite and politically inconvenient to acknowledge. This is tyranny of indifference, pure and simple. And once again, we're being reminded that when facts become intolerable to ruling jackasses, including Donald Trump, his administration simply abolishes the facts. Only in this case, the Trump cruelty will hit the hardest against our fellow human beings in America who are the most food insecure. By the way, the Trump White House has been freaking out lately over a new statue placed nearby. Known as the Friendship Statue, the work stands 12 feet tall and features Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein holding hands. According to several reports, the creator, who wishes to remain anonymous, said the statue was a response to this.
So this is a Democrat hoax that never ends. Thousands of pages of documents have been given, but it's really a Democrat hoax.
Well, this statue is real. The plaque says, "In honor of Friendship Month, we celebrate the long-lasting bond between President Donald J. Trump and his closest friend, Jeffrey Epstein." Another plaque quotes lines of a poem Trump allegedly inscribed in an Epstein birthday book. "Jeffrey Epstein, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Yes, we do. Come to think of it, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you." A third plaque quotes this bawdy birthday card. "We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." Donald Trump's White House press office was not amused. A spokesperson immediately issued this statement: "Liberals are free to waste their money however they see fit, but it's not news that Epstein knew Donald Trump because Donald Trump kicked Epstein out of his club for being a creep." That defense doesn't quite match the evidence released so far in countless Jeffrey Epstein lawsuits filed through the years. More evidence about the extent of the Trump-Epstein friendship is likely contained in the unreleased Epstein files. The documents, still under seal by Trump's Justice Department, allegedly include phone records, flight logs, videos, and photographs. Epstein showed off a few of the graphic Trump photos to journalist Michael Wolff.
And I remember very vividly 3 of them. There are 2 in which Trump is, the girls, topless girls, are sitting on Trump's lap. And then a third in which he has a stain on the front of his pants. And the girls are kind of pointing at it, sort of bent over, laughing.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Vivian, who wrote, "Trump just can't stand the truth." Indeed. I look forward to reading your comments about the Trump team now trying to bury the truth about food insecurity in America, which is getting worse due to Trump. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.